Hey, this is Frank Adornato. Thanks for tuning in again. Today I want to talk about the pre-race taper. Athletic training, as you most likely know, has the primary goal of getting your body in peak condition on race day. Now, one very important component of your training to help you meet that goal is the pre-race taper. Now, the taper is basically a brief period leading up to race day during which you reduce the volume and intensity of your training so that your body is rested and in peak condition. Two aspects of the taper that I'd like to address briefly today are the reduction in intensity and volume. How much should you do? Because you do want to be rested, but if you do too little, you can get stale. And I'd also like to talk a little bit about the duration of a taper period. Now, in terms of the reduction in volume and intensity, different races, different athletes will actually have different needs. But in general, a rule of thumb that you can follow is reduce the volume and intensity by about 10%. And when in your workouts you do incorporate any high intensity sets, those high intensity sets should be of short duration. And the rest intervals between your sets should be longer, allowing complete recovery. Now, as far as the duration of your taper, that's pretty much dependent upon the age of the athlete and the distance of the race you're preparing for. Older athletes often need longer taper periods than younger athletes, and the longer the distance of the race, the longer the taper period. Sprint races, sprint triathlons, short distance running races might require a couple or a few days of a taper period. Middle distance races, about a week, and long distance races such as marathons and Ironman triathlons will probably require 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks of a taper period. Now, regardless of the race, regardless of the taper period, here are a couple of other things that you might want to keep in mind. First and foremost, I strongly recommend you discontinue all weight training for about a week to 10 days before the race. Weight training breaks down muscle fiber, muscle tissue, which is not something you want to do before the race. Also, during the taper period, increase your hydration, decrease your calories. You're working a little less, you're burning fewer calories, you don't want to put on a few extra pounds right before race day. Make sure you're getting adequate sleep. You want to be rested, but adequate sleep also keeps your immune system strong, which helps avoid the possibility of getting a head cold or a stomach bug or some other virus right before the race. And lastly, I recommend to all my clients that 2 days before the race, take a day of complete rest. If your race is on Sunday, Friday's a rest day. If your race is on Saturday, Thursday's a rest day. Now, the day before the race, do a short, easy pre-race workout. If it's a running race, you might want to run, in your pre-race workout, you might want to run 20-30 minutes, all easy jogging. If it's a triathlon, do the swim, do a bike, and do the run. Early in the morning, short duration, easy intensity, rest for the remainder of the day, get a good night's sleep, and on race morning you'll wake up ready to rock and roll. Okay, those are my thoughts about the taper. I hope you find them useful. If you have any questions or comments about this or any other topic, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about my coaching services, please feel free to send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. My email address is shown below. Meanwhile, I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video, and until then, you take care and you train smart.